Welcome to Caching Waves. This is an Elliott wave update for Solana. I'm going to get into the smaller time frames in a moment, but wanted to give my primary count out on the daily. It's been a while since I've updated this. So since the low at $8, we had a wave 1 and 2, 3, fourth wave potentially complete, looking for a fifth wave to the upside. Now, what I didn't like about this is the fact that we didn't hit any standard targets for our third wave, which was clearly extended. But I am using other techniques to get the probabilities high that a fourth wave is complete. Now, the first one of those techniques is our channeling technique for our fourth wave expectation. And you take the beginning of wave 1 off of the wave 2, extend that off of the top end of wave 1, which is a channel or a modified pitchfork, same thing. And you look for a top end support of that channel for your fourth wave to target. As you can see, we wick through it and we've recovered above it. Now, other techniques I used is the length of wave 2, extended that off the top of wave 3, looking for wave 4 to be about the same, if not longer than wave 2, which is that red line you see here. Our low was past that level. So because of these two things and how well we're holding up, I consider the fourth wave potentially complete. We came just shy, like $3 or even less, like $2 of this 236. So that's close enough to me as well to be considered complete. On linear, we came to the 50%. So our target for our fifth wave, if this fourth wave holds, I take the length of wave 1, extend that off that fourth wave. That gets us up to 368.50, but we will be counting this along the way. And when we have a completed 5-wave impulse, obviously we'll be on high alert to potentially take profit. So let's go down to the 4-hour chart, talk about how we can be considered complete. We did talk about the fact, and this is still open, that we can make a similar correction here as a running flat. So we can come up, make a new high, quick sell off, and then recover. But as of right now, I'm going to consider the fourth wave complete for the purposes of this video. And if that viewpoint changes, I will adjust that in a video and show you that. But as per now, considering this complete. Now, how I would have this labeled, it has the same issue as Bitcoin, if you've watched my Bitcoin videos. And that is that this last move down can be counted as 5 waves or 3 waves. As for purposes of this video, I'm calling it a 3-wave move and complete. Now, how that would pan out is as a 3-wave W, a flat for our X wave, and a 3-wave Y as an ABC. You can see how close we came to our target. W off of X was right there at 107.06. And you can see our top end of the channel there for our fourth wave. So very close. The 236 was literally right there. We're talking about literally to the 1-to-1 $2. So to me, that's close enough to be considered complete. And you can see how close we came as well on our pitchfork just to tick that. Would have been nice to just get that $3 right there just to get highly confident, but that's close enough to me to be considered complete. So I'm just going to get rid of this for a moment. Okay, so where does that put us now? Why I'm so interested in this and why I'm making this video currently is this correction right here. So if this was a ABC and we're expecting to come down, we would have stopped. Sorry, I'll throw that back up. We should have stopped at the 618 retracement of this move to the downside, right? As you can see, we ticked up above it. We started to sell off, and then we recovered again. So when I see sideways movement like this, and we've passed the 90% of the last move to the upside, it can only be two possibilities to me, at least in the short term. That is that this is a flat as an ABC. We're looking for an equal length leg here to consider this a 1 and a 2 or an A and a B. In both scenarios, my expectation is the next move is to the upside, at least to the 1-to-1 extension of this move off of this move. If it's a third wave, I expect the 1.618 extension. But you can see the direction is the same. That's why I'm making this video. Very nice. Now this is a tough wave to count currently. I could see this as a WXY, ABC, ABC, but if we make another move up from here, pull back, another move, then this can easily be a diagonal wave 1 and 2. We would have a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. So our wave 1 and 2 would be over here. This would be a nested 1, 2, 1, 2. So if we make another move up in a 3-wave pattern here, this can be a impulse as well. Just got to count those waves. Now if it does do that, come on, get on there. If it does move up and we get that nested 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, we're on the pivots. You've seen my videos plenty enough probably, or if you're new here, we'd be looking for that move to complete our 3, 4, 5. Between the 618 and the 1-to-1 is ideal. We don't have to get up there, but that would be ideal. 1, 2, 1, 2. So if we make that move, I'd be looking for an ABC correction. Once I see that, target a 1-to-1, A equals C. This is where I'd be looking for an entry to the upside. Now, if we just come down from here and this ends up being some sort of flat, I am looking for the 1-to-1 extension of this as an ABC. Let me get rid of that. That would be around 135, and this would end up being an A, B, C. This is what I hope happens, and then that can be our wave 2 or B if it's an A, B, C. Right? So those are the two things I'm looking for. Do we get this move, move, move? Then I'm interested over in this area as a 1, 2, 1, 2. But I'm not interested until this fills out. I am not in a trade right now. I'd wait for that to happen, right? Before I get interested. Or I'm interested down here. But why this pattern is so nice to me is this can't really be anything else but a 1, 2, 1, 2 or a corrective move, right? We have way more probability, like very, very, very high, that we take out this high before this low, right? Either way. Now, you can't get this move and then assume, okay, this is 100% a 1, 2, 1, 2, because this also creates a 5, 3, 5, right? So that can be an ABC to the upside. It's important to watch the reaction after this. Do we trend sideways or do we collapse? So it's an if this then that. This is why it's so important to watch in real time what the reaction is at those levels. If we get this, whew, that is a nice trade. If we get this, potentially you can open up a short to the downside after a 5-wave move and a correction, right? So there's a lot of misconceptions about Elliott wave where people think it's predicting the future. It's not whatsoever. It's about pattern following and trend following and knowing where you're wrong, right? And knowing what to look for. If you know what to look for, you're never taken by surprise, right? So I gave you the options. I don't know what's going to happen, but if we come down here, interested in a long, stop at this low. If we come up here, make an impulse, and we collapse, not interested in a long. If we come up here and we trend sideways, very interested, stop at this low probably. Look for an ABC, right? Easy, not complicated. So that's what I'm looking for Solana right now. I am very interested in a long in this area, especially if we drop right now. That's what I actually prefer. But if we come up and make that as an impulse, I'll have to watch and decide in this area, see the reaction, right? But I do expect us to pivot between that 618 and the 1-to-1 for at least a 1, 2, 1, 2. This doesn't look like it's absolutely going to take off, and I will obviously update if it does. But as for now, looks good for the upside. Perhaps a short-term move to the downside, but looking quite bullish and looking for entries for the long term on this up to that 368 potentially right now. All right, guys, that's it for Solana. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.